Welcome, Tigers. Today we are going to talk about our Arizona offense. We call all of our offenses are named after states, and there are key words or key sounds in the names that help remind you what the offense is for. So Arizona is a zone offense, and we use it against the 2-3 zone or the 3-2 zone. Okay? Now, if you look at the screen, you can see that I have laid out 3 important rules when we run Arizona. And we'll go over each of these rules. And to be honest, I could add more rules if we wanted to, and maybe we will as we learn this. But I wanted to keep it really simple at first for all of you, just to remember some of the key concepts. So rule number 1 is we want to extend the zone with spacing, meaning that we don't want to be bunched up. We want to spread out. So these players have to cover larger areas. The more ground they have to cover, the more difficult their job is on defense. The second thing about zone is we want to move the ball quickly. This is not an offense where we want the point guard to come down the floor and try to wiggle his way through with a lot of driving. We need that ball to move quickly, and it cannot stick in our hands. It's got to move fast. And then third is we want to find the gaps in the zone. Every zone has gaps or open areas, and in the zone, what's more important than players moving is our alignment, making sure that we're finding the open spaces in the court. So let's start by talking about positioning in the zone offense. So typically, right, we have a point guard who takes the ball down the floor. We're going to set up with 2 wings. Now notice, man-to-man, usually I'm telling people to be what I call line extended, so even with the free throw line but past the 3-point line. But in a zone, I'm actually going to creep out even further. I want to make it very easy so that there's a clear passing lane. If I'm down here and I try to make this pass, what might happen? Well, this guy might jump in the way and intercept the pass. So if I'm all the way out here, what happens is, if this guy's going to come out and try to take that pass, well, now I've got a driving lane here, or I can make a real nice, easy entrance pass right in the heart of the defense. So it really makes this guy cover multiple people at once, and the same thing goes on this side. So alignment starts out really far away from the basket to extend the zone. We have a high post, and this high post is occupying this area kind of in the circle area, and we'll talk about some of the things we'd like this person to do in this position. And then I call this person the low post, but they're also a baseline runner. So they're going to be anywhere from this corner all the way to this corner, depending on where the ball is and where the defense gives us gaps. So let's lay out a couple of examples and show how this might look with some movements. Let's say we go down the court and we move the ball here. This defender is going to be taught to come out here, right? This defender will shift over. We can then, come in and cut to this open area. If we go to the corner here to create numbers, what's going to happen is this person's going to be taught to go over here. This person's going to be taught to go over here. This person's going to be taught to go over here just like us. And so we have a couple options here, right? I think the first thing I would do is reverse it. Boom, boom. And this is like we said, we don't want the ball to stick. We want to get there quickly because the ball is going to move faster than the players. And as they're recovering and scrambling, we may have a dribble opportunity here to do some damage. We might be able to flash here and get the ball inside for a nice shot. And as the ball's coming over here, we might be able to just go 1, 2, and get a layup. That's an example of something that we can do off of Arizona. But sometimes we even need to move the ball a little bit more. So let's just give some other examples, and I'm going to keep our defender still for a little bit just to give you some examples of other patterns we can run. So pass here. No one comes out, we pass it to the corner. This person comes here. Now let's pretend we've got the ball right over here. They're starting to rotate over. We've got people here. This person's over here. What should I be thinking if I'm this guy right here? I should be thinking, well, rule number 3 is find the gaps. Where's the gap? Well, right now this player's in a gap, But this is a really difficult pass to make all the way across the floor. So if I'm right here, I might be thinking I can flash right here. Get the ball in here. And now we have another opportunity, right? The other thing I can do if I'm stuck in this corner and it's not there is I can begin to dribble out this way. And then if this defender comes to close me off, now I can kick it here. This person can probe with a drive, and if this person claps down, once again, we're rotating it. So what we believe here is that as we rotate that ball around, that we can move the ball faster than these people can rotate running. And so the more we can reverse the court back and forth and do it quickly, the more opportunities are going to come to drive or to pass it inside. So let's run through some other examples and show some other alignments. So we've got this guy here in the middle. Once again, we're extended over here. And with this extent, I'm going to show what we call our Hawaii pattern. And we called it Hawaii last year. Not very different from Arizona. It's just try to get you guys remembering that one option in the zone is what's called the high-low. This is our high post. This is our low post. So one really good pattern in basketball is pass here, quick pass here, and then quick pass here. And if we can do that really quickly, then the defense will have a hard time reacting. So look what happens when I pass the ball here. First reaction is to come this way. First reaction is from here. So now I'm hitting here. This defender goes here. My low post is going to seal this person on their back. And then we make this pass right here for a layup. That's called a high-low action. And fun fact, one of the biggest cities on the Big Island in Hawaii is called Hilo, which sounds a lot like high-low. So if you're trying to remember why we say Hawaii, it's because we're trying to do that high-low action. But we can do all of that right out of our Arizona offense. Let's talk about some other things that we can do in Arizona, right? So if I'm the high post, one thing I should also be thinking is that if the ball goes here and this person's here, I can set a screen on this backside player. And if I set the screen on the backside player and the ball comes back here, now there's an easy drive into the lane, and we might be able to drive and dish. Or, we could make if they're all over, if they're all over here, like they've been taught, we could make a skip pass over the top, and this defender's stuck. And now you basically have a one-on-one with this player running at him. So imagine he's running out. We ball fake, go around and get something nice and easy here. So setting these screens when the ball's over here to lock this person in place is something that we want this guy doing here quite a bit, and then flashing into the middle area, middle to low. This guy here can come all the way out to the corner, or I would be spending a lot of time trying to get behind the defense and finding those little creases where you can get behind the defense in position for a layup. So here's another gap you can fill. Like, look at this gap right here. We see it, right? If you can fill this gap, maybe we're doing a ball fake, pretending like we're passing here, and then pass right down here for a layup. So just to recap, I've showed you several examples of how we can run our Arizona defense, or Arizona offense. But it only works if we extend the zone with spacing, if we move the ball quickly, ball can't stick in our hands, and we got to look for the gaps. And if we look for the gaps, move the ball quickly, and extend the zone, we'll have a lot of success against zone defenses. Thank you.